West Ham 1. Arsenal 3. I mean, it's been a while, guys.
It's been a while.
It's,
What, 2 months? That's 2
Bruh.
months, isn't it?
like 60 days, bro. Like, I mean, when I saw 1-0,
You thought, oh no.
I thought, come on, guys, man.
Yeah, but I think tomorrow, I'm sure if we can really, you know what I'm saying? Because West Ham are going through their own issues as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So maybe it was that a team that concedes that many goals in that short amount of time.
Yeah.
You could see they're struggling, innit?
Yeah.
So Man City's gonna be a better test, you know. I'm not convinced you can't go that long without winning a game.
You can't go that
And then
long.
beat West Ham who's struggling and
Think you're back kind of thing.
You can't be a big club like Arsenal and go that long without winning a game. For Tottenham to do that, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
They're
They can do that.
They're
But for us, nah, we can't be doing that, man. At all, man.
good to see Pepe score. Decent goal.
Wicked to see Pepe score.
When he changed the game. He changed the game,
I'm
man.
saying you shouldn't do it, but you did do it.
No, we shouldn't. That's what I'm saying. We shouldn't do it. A big club like Arsenal, you shouldn't do it. But it happened.
Listen, you go to another game, do it.
It did happen. It did happen.
There's a big Arsenal fans right there. Go to games on a regular.
We say,
tell you
man.
about the game.
Come talk to us, man.
When I say game, you know, I mean games.
Yeah.
Traveling all over.
You going to the game tomorrow?
I told you.
Right.
Not even Gary goes to the game like him.
Is it?
Yeah, he goes to every game.
You go to like every home game?
My brother got the ticket, so he's
Boy, this could have a good. All right. So, how do you feel about Arsenal sacking Emery and still not appointing a manager?
It's good. Emery's gone. He didn't have the know-how to manage the team, the English work right. Like I'm hearing you. So, he's gone, but yeah, they are this season. They don't need to rush to get no manager straight away.
Don't you think it could endanger Lundberg's legacy at the club if it was to go?
You can't ruin an invincible legend.
Yeah, it's true.
As a player, it can't really match.
You know,
No one else has done what he's done in the Premiership.
he's just coming just to shore up the shop.
Say again,
Just leave Lundberg there. He'll get it right. But you can't play David Luiz. Can't play Luiz. He didn't play on Monday.
No, yeah. So would you rather leave Luiz on the bench or play him in the midfield?
Leave him on the bench.
Okay.
Leave him on the bench. He brings nothing apart from chaos.
The thing is, you can't have Lewis in midfield and have Socrates
And whoever
behind him because they're not good enough to even be behind him. You know what I'm saying? But when he was in the midfield, when he was in the midfield at Chelsea or wherever it was, good players behind him.
No, but he was centre back, and if he never had John Terry or whoever beside him, he would have flopped.
100%.
Arsenal have listened to him. You should have went and got that Leicester player. What's his name?
Oh, the one at the centre back.
No, not the one. What's the Evans?
Yeah.
I said Evans.
Come in the camera, man. Come sit down, man. You're talking bare truth right now.
Yeah.
I said this.
And
Evans and Cahill. Evans and Cahill.
Yeah.
Evans and Cahill.
And the thing is, Evans is a Premiership winner.
That's what I'm saying.
He's a Premiership winner.
And Cahill.
And Cahill, Premiership winners.
Okay. So my next question to you: do you think you see that obviously as Arsenal fans, where's we're a big club and we had some success in the 90s and obviously 2000 when we won the Premier League, yeah. When Evans and Cahill become available, we look at it like, who are they? We don't. But don't you think we need to just come?
Remember in the 90s, we were battering them players. Them players were there still. So when you come back, we need them. Everyone said,
We're looking like we're too good for them.
too good for them.
But
Possibly, they were just secure up the midfield.
right, yeah.
Throw it up. That's all it is.
I'm not even sure Evans is a quick fix though.
No,
He's looking
not a quick
solid,
fix, but
bro.
he's got
Oh yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Okay,
100.
He's 32 now, 33.
Solid, man.
But he's got a brain on him.
He's got a brain.
He's got a brain, a good
That's what
footballing
he
brain.
needs is a young guy next to
Beside
him. He
him.
does the running, he does the covering.
Cleaning up.
Yeah.
100%.
No,
No, I'm saying
we should have got Evans.
We should have.
Or even and Cahill.
sometimes we turn up our nose. We turn up our nose at players that can actually come in and do something. Because I don't understand. If we can go and get Sylvester from Man United, why can't we take Evans? You know what I'm saying?
Everyone was a better defender than Sylvester.
Huh?
Everyone was a better defender.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's then when Wenger was there, he wanted the French players to start.
Wenger just loved the French
He
player.
just wanted the
You
French
see, Wenger. Sometimes I think that he used to play on FIFA. There's a what's it, the master team, where basically like if they speak the same language and they're from the same place, they have the best chemistry. Like I think he thinks like that. Like, you know what? Let me get all French speaking players.
FIFA.
Like French or African speaking players that can understand
So
each
that's
other.
probably the problem. Why they didn't get the players.
You know what I'm saying?
Get in.
Yeah, man, come sit there, man.
Get stuck in, man. Sit beside Carlos, man. Get stuck in, man.
So what is the one thing about Carlo Ancelotti?
Ancelotti, he's good, but he's
Bro, trim, man, and then go on.
Don't say things like that.
What did he say?
bro?
What did he say?
That's some crap.
He said he's too good.
What do you mean? Ancelotti is a good manager.
You
He's
just
the right,
better
I think he's the right manager
That's the kind of manager
to
Arsenal
steady
like.
Arsenal.
Yeah, you better just hope that he wins something with Maury. Yeah, because if
that's
you don't,
that's gonna end in
if you don't, you're gonna be coming in on Fridays. You ain't gonna be coming in on Saturdays.
They need to win something. They
Going to. Marina, Alice win something.
I'll pay you any money. They don't win that.
This is gonna be his time.
No,
He's
they
seen
won't.
that.
They will not win.
yeah. And
Trust me.
You hope you don't
Kane
win.
would.
And it's nobody-
After the summer, Kane will think, nah, I'm working it. And then he'll challenge. Trust me.
But you know what? They don't like Kane, so they'll be happy to see Kane go.
I don't like Kane.
You don't like Kane.
Why don't I like Kane?
You don't really like
you
Kane.
like Kane?
Why don't I like Kane?
No, I'm not asking. You
I
like
don't
Kane?
like Kane. No, but one.
Do you
feel that Kane holds you lot back?
No, I can see what he talks about. Like I was moaning about him just now. I'm not saying to you I don't like him. He scores goals.
Do you think he holds you lot back?
What? No, hold us back.
No.
With your play, because
Okay.
the play has changed now, isn't it? It's all quick. Everything is.
Mourinho slowed it down.
Eh?
Mourinho slowed the play down.
Yeah, but that's his type of football, though, isn't it? But the actual, everybody plays with a quick front line, don't they? It's quick, and Kane is not that quick.
But that's not Mourinho's style.
Yeah, but
So it's not Mourinho's style.
is that the reason? Okay.
Kane fits Mourinho's mold.
Well, was that the problem why you lost against Man United? Because Kane couldn't get, it wasn't the quickness.
No one turned up, and yes, Kane
No,
was
the front. I think Son didn't turn up.
No one turned up. No one turned up. It's not just Kane didn't turn up. No one turned up.
So the reason why I'm asking if you feel that Kane holds you lot back is because everyone here feels that if you start Lucas Moura
We did.
against Liverpool, you might win that game.
That's done, man. We didn't, and we lost. That's done.
Yeah, but we
No,
all
but
know
we're talking about
that Lucas was the key to maybe winning that game.
Maybe was the key, but
And I don't think
is Liverpool slapped Barcelona. Liverpool slapped every team last season. Liverpool probably would have slapped us anyway.
no, why do you think that? No.
They were getting that
Why are you
penalty.
talking like that?
They were getting that penalty.
The Champions League final.
It was inevitable.
The Champions League final was
Champions
one
League
game.
is one
It's
game
not two
and a
legs.
totally
It's
different.
not two legs. There's not a home leg and a away leg. It's one game. And where was it last year? Was it Madrid? Was it Madrid last year?
Yeah.
In a neutral place.
So
So what's the problem? Why they would probably smack you over?
We didn't win. It's done. Last season was done. Moving on to this season.
that's Tottenham talk,
Yeah,
man.
we retained.
So let me just ask you one more question. Do you think Lacazette is a world-class striker?
He's not world class, but he's just under. I said 2 rows under there than world class. He's not world class. I won't say he's world class.
So if we was to get rid of him in the summer,
I'll be pissed, but he can be replaced.
Yeah, he's replaceable.
He's replaceable. He's not. He's what? 28 now. He's picking up these injuries.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Is he that old?
Yeah, he's 28 now. 27, 28. Picking up these injuries. We should have got him when he was fresh at Leon, 24, 25. When he's banging in goals.
Definitely.
But we took too long. We dallied on that signing again. Then we had to pay, what, 45 mil to get it.
You don't understand that?
For a weaker version of what we're paying for.
So I mean, it would be nice to see Ancelotti. I mean, someone with that kind of.
Ancelotti, we won't get Ancelotti. I think. It depends how Lundberg does. If he gets us Champions League by winning us the Europa and getting us close to top
You
four,
think we'll keep him for that long? You think we'll keep him for the rest of the season?
Yeah, because
it's down game by game.
yeah.
If you
But
say
they're
it's down
not-
game by game, beat City tomorrow.
Yeah, if we beat City tomorrow, that puts him in a strong position.
And
Definitely.
I think they did
I think the
just
owners are
exactly the
flying
same.
in tomorrow.
Oh, listen, I think the owners are cheap. So if they could keep Lundberg and give him some little busty deal, which is a lot cheaper than what you're paying the rest of the managers, especially after paying Wenger, what they was paying Wenger for so long, and obviously what they was doing Emre, and then obviously sacking Emre, and then the payout for that as well. I mean, Arsenal are cheap, man.
Yeah.
So I think if they could get away with Lundberg, they'll do it.
Yeah.
Because I think
I
I heard.
suppose anything else in the middle of the season will be a rush thing anyway.
Yeah. I think they're gonna keep
Lundberg to the rest of the season and then we need someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you say, not taking another job till the sun until after that.
Yeah. I think they're gonna keep Lundberg in there. Whatever happens, they're just gonna keep him and go.
Because I don't
Go
think
fresh
it's far
in the
as
new
his
season.
reputation if it goes bad. Why? He was a player.
Yeah.
This is his first time he's been put in the hot seat.
Yeah, but I mean, I think Arsenal do things like this. I think the board and the owners do stuff like this. Maybe not on purpose, but I just don't think they're really that bothered. Do you understand what I'm saying? Lundberg, it's like the difference between Ollie. This is Ollie's gone to other teams and managed. This is Lundberg's. Yeah, but this is Ollie's. I mean, this is Lundberg's first job, and it's at the club where
Well, he had the under 23s, isn't he? He's managing
he's an under
that's why he's
23s. Yeah, and that's why you'll see Saka and all these guys back now.
That's it. That's why.
And it's not the kind of thing where a club said, "Oh, we want you."
Right.
You know what I mean? He just had to do that.
Just do his thing. So it's like, I mean, we're not really complaining, but I think Arsenal need a manager to come in, I don't know what's happening behind closed doors, but I think there's a lot going on over there, and for it to get sorted, they need someone to come in that's not going to take any ball and say, "This is what we're doing, like it, get with it, or move on."
But
Do you know what I mean?
If Lundberg stays there, he's just got to say, you know what, you'll start again, you're out, we don't need you, and just bring in and start. Even if you lose.
Even more younger players. to
Yeah,
play in the game.
and that's what you need. You got to need players, and the young players are
Brady
hungry.
starts the same team that we won in West Ham against City. He'll start that night.
Martinelli.
Well, Louis won't be there, will he? So
It'll be the same team.
yeah,
It'll be the same team.
yeah.
You think we'll play exactly the same team? Just like, you know what, they won,
They won.
let's bring them out again.
Yeah.
Can't change nothing.
See, okay, so do you think Martinelli deserves to play? You think he's earned
Baller, mate.
a start against
Baller, he's a baller, it's true.
Brazilian, 18-year-old, he's got bare energy. He played the full game.
But I remember as well, like Barsh and that wanted him.
That's what I'm saying, they were
They
pissed that
they
they
didn't get
didn't
him,
get
bro.
Yeah.
He's a baller, mate.
He had pictures at United long time ago.
Yeah.
He's been on bare trials.
He's been on the radar, yeah, for a while.
And he's only 18.
And the difference is you lot didn't muck around.
Yeah, because
Now,
Eddie knows him. Eddie knew what he was. So he's
and what some teams do, they take him on trial and then they might have to wait for a minute, innit?
Yeah.
You know what mucking about. So nope.
I think we learned in it after Yaya Toure and Ibrahimovic.
Bear, we learnt from Bear.
Yeah.
Mistakes that we made
pace.
over the
He's
years.
now got pace. And he runs at players as well. Trust me.
Listen, I always say his records, I think Europa League, every game he started, he scored.
That's it.
That was his first Premier League start, he scored.
He's good. So you got to give him.
Away, it's not
He
even
was
like it's at the Emirates
he
where he's
was-
comfortable, it's away at West Ham.
And he was taking liberties with us in the Carabao Cup as
Carabao
well.
Cup, scored a couple, he scored a couple against you. He scored two.
So you got to give him his chance. He's just, you know, what I mean? He's
And this
Better
is
than
what you
Greenwood or whatever it's called.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, he's better.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. Nah,
Roberto, let him know, Roberto. Let's let him.
I'm gonna say it anyway, but I actually genuinely do think
No,
he's
he
better
is.
than
He
him.
is.
No, he is. He is.
Greenwood, I ain't seen nothing from Greenwood yet.
No, I think Greenwood's good.
Nah,
There's the
nah.
potential's there.
You need
But-
to see him in a proper game, not none of these.
He's had one. He's had one.
Them teams like that. You need to see
Yeah,
some
yeah,
proper
yeah.
game.
Yeah. No, he's had one. He's had one Premier League, and that was actually that was against
City,
City.
wasn't it?
That was City. Yeah, that was City, and he never done much really. But then you wouldn't expect him to do against City. But yeah, let him have a next season. He'll be properly ready.
With Greenwood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I
Next
think
season.
obviously the way that Man United are going, definitely next season we'll be seeing Greenwood a lot more.
Yeah. A lot more. Man.
Alright, so next game, guys. Aston Villa 1, Leicester City 4.
That's where my money for the league is going.
Leicester.
You know what? Yeah.
Excuse you?
8 points. Everyone keeps
Yeah,
talking
that
about
ain't
City, you know. And they
You know,
just come under the radar.
you know what it is, bro.
And look,
I
8
can
points ain't
see.
really nothing. And you got them, and you got to play them as well.
Boxing day, innit?
That's what I'm saying.
And you know what? A lot of people have been
Leicester.
saying that. A lot of people have been saying that because they're gonna forfeit everything just basically to
One
stay
game
in
a
the
week,
top
innit?
4.
One game a week.
One
Remember
game
the
a
last
week.
time they played one game a week?
Yeah. And they gave up the FA Cup. They gave up the FA Cup just to stay in the Premier League.
So, yeah.
And now it could good. And that's the
Trust me.
problem at the moment.
Leicester,
Liverpool
they-
got a lot of
they-
games, man.
Everyone just fits their team.
Yeah.
From even the right back.
Yeah.
I can't even remember his name. Yeah.
Yeah.
He just fits it.
It just fits, man.
Everywhere it fits.
And I can't knock Brendan. Brendan is
Not
Brendan
Brendan, man.
Brendan is a manager.
They got, is it Ricardo one side? Is it Chilwell the other side?
Can you
Yeah.
imagine that? Brendan winning the league and beating Liverpool.
That would be,
And he tried to do it.
that
as
would
hard as
be
possible.
mad.
Yeah.
I like you.
Wait,
anyway.
football is
I like you. anyway.
Football's mad, right?
You can see
You're
how
talking
it-
sense.
Football writes those kind of stories.
Yeah.
Bro, football
Especially
writes
when-
those
The
kind of
right
stories.
situation is for me. I can we kind of need Leicester to slip up
Yeah.
before Boxing Day, and I'm not confident of that.
Who let's got today?
I can't even remember.
Okay,
bro.
okay.
But what I do know is this:
Let's have Norwich.
if it
Oh,
comes
3 points.
if it comes
points.
down to Boxing Day,
3 points on 4 goals.
biggest game of the season so far for Liverpool.
Liverpool, Watford.
Yeah, Watford. And then we're off until I think Boxing Day pretty much, isn't it? We've gone whatever. That would be the biggest game of the season for us. I think Leicester away.
Trust
You
me,
mean?
that's going to be the game. And if Leicester go and do it,
Leicester are just looking
That Premiership
so
wild.
And they're
good,
going
bro.
just under the radar, man.
So
Nobody's-
good.
But again, I did tell you.
Vardy with 2 goals again. Listen, we just got to give this brother his credit, bro.
Yeah.
Vardy is a Premier League goal scorer.
Yeah.
He's got more goals than Drogba, bro. This is the thing.
Bro.
remember, he started from low
Low.
down. On them fields out there.
Yeah.
you know.
Peer be a Hackney Mass
Over there.
business and all that. Yeah.
He didn't
So
break
we know.
till he was like
Late
28.
26, 20
Yeah.
years
That's what I'm
late.
saying.
Yes,
Leicester
that's-
fresh.
Yeah. So that made him.
Yeah, but you also got to
just-
remember as well, he made a very smart decision at the time
What?
to give up on the England team.
Yeah.
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 And look,
Because-
and what did he do? Gunners come in for £20 million.
And he's
He
not
rejected
on it.
that. He wasn't on it.
He went on
How brave was that?
it. Yeah.
Very brave.
Not
Yeah.
brave, he's just smart.
Nah, it was brave
your
back
trim,
then.
man.
It was brave back then.
Get your trim, man.
It
Clear
was
trim,
smart.
stop
Now,
chatting
now
about
it's
it.
smart movement. Now it's smart.
Yeah.
Because look, we went there, they ripped us to shreds.
Yeah.
Bro. Listen, let me tell you something, yeah? City are, I think it's 8-game winning streak. That's the best in the club's
And he's
history.
going to do that 11 goals again, you know. But
Yeah, he's already on the 8
what
on the
was it,
back.
8 and 9 on 9 and 8. What is it?
Bro,
I
what-
remember it. He scored in every game.
Yeah.
Listen,
It's probably 9 and
I've
8.
got it.
He's
2019, Vardy scored 27 goals in 34 games.
That's how old he, man.
Wow.
That's how old he.
Telling
what
you,
what
bro.
you just tell him to do is stay in between.
Yeah, stay
In
between
between
it.
the
Yeah.
defenders.
Put the ball
Stay on the
over.
last
You don't
one.
need to run no more.
Yeah.
Stay on the
You've
last
got
one.
enough to run.
Yeah.
need to
You
run.
don't need to run. Yeah.
Yeah. That's my dark horse. So trust me, it's gonna be heartbreaking.
Liverpool win the league. League's done, man.
So guys, unfortunately, racism showing its ugly face again in the derby. I mean, you know why it confuses me?
I see it clear as day on the TV.
Do you know what? I didn't even
I
notice
had to rewind it.
I didn't even
Because I
notice
see the
that.
great dude in wearing a red like
Yeah,
body
body
warmer
warmer.
and red sleeves. I see him do something. I thought, what do you do? And I see bare coins in that. I thought, alright, it's just banter. Right? Then I have to rewind it.
And
I
see
see him do
the monk.
right.
But the thing is, it happens in every part of life
Yeah.
Oh,
anyway.
friend, and then you come up in a pure coin.
No matter where you
I saw they comped him in the back of the head with like a coin or a bottle, like a plastic bottle of water. He got comped in
That's
the
one
back
of
of
the
the
best
head.
games I've seen, Fred.
Yeah.
No,
So,
we're gonna get on that. We're gonna get on that. But no, this racism thing. You know, it gets me because you've got that guy, that idiot in the stands, doing whatever he's doing. But you're acting like no black players play for Man City.
That's
Like it just don't make no sense to me.
yeah, but that's
And you know what?
That's them. When
look
it comes
at-
out, when
it's
you
been like happening in City this season a few times. You got that Silva who put out the tweet.
yeah,
Fan. You got Sterling who's head of it. So it's always gonna.
it's become the norm though. You know, you kind
But
of
it's normal.
And you have
It's
to
just
look
out
at
there.
it
it's
this
just out
way.
You get
there.
in an argument with a white with a line and tell you you're a
Yeah.
Now look at it this way as well. You got this other like things we're not taking into account. You see when Liverpool play United, what time do we normally play them games?
Oh, there's an early game.
Early kickoffs. You know why that is?
Because they stop the
Man can't
drinking.
go pub.
Man can't go pub.
So I'm not
Yeah.
excusing my man.
Yeah.
But they've been in the pub all afternoon drinking.
it's a late
Then
game.
it's a late
Like
kickoff,
5:30.
and then man,
5:30 kickoff. You know they're
'Cause
gonna
come
start
on.
from 12 o'clock.
come on, you can't possibly think
Like them,
that
man.
the world weren't. I'm not making excuses for the man, but what I'm just saying, the mentality of these people, innit?
Straight in the
And it's the mentality of out there.
Yeah,
So
and it's a reflection of
It's
society.
just a small thing.
I don't
Yeah.
often think in certain circumstances that man would have the minerals to be doing that to an average
No,
guy.
I'm
He
not
felt
saying that.
empowered in that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But he knew it was
around
a
him.
obviously it was.
Equal. You see when you're in the group. See when I go away with Gunners and I'm in the group with the man hooligans there. Trust me, you feel powerful, fam.
Yeah.
Trust me. Walking down Tottenham Road, going to Derby and all that. Nothing. You feel. Hey,
what's
Oh,
going
this is what
on?
I told
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Remember, I think one of the first ones we done, I was talking about the tribalism element of football.
Yeah.
When you're in that cauldron, and I'm not making excuses for
I
my
have
man,
to check myself. I'm
But-
like, I'm going mad here.
their heads go, bro. Their heads go. You have to check
You
yourself
get
in
in
it.
it. You get in it. And when you've had a 2-2 drink as well, you get in it. Trust me.
Yeah.
You're in it.
And I'm not making an excuse. I'm just saying, innit? That guy could not been thinking straight when he did that. But the world was watching my youth, and he's
It's a
doing
derby.
that. And it's a derby, bro.
Derby. The what?
And he felt empowered in that moment
I reckon
that he
he's
could
done it
do that.
loads of times.
Probably, yeah, but he's done now.
Yes,
You know they found him.
Loads of times.
You know they
By
found
the
him.
end of the
innit?
day,
Yeah.
they found
They
him.
found him.
They
He's
found
got a
him.
lifetime ban. I think what was his career? He done something mad the proper.
He worked with like one of them big construction companies.
Yeah, bro, proper
Former
like,
servicemen and all sorts, bro.
serviceman, bruv. Like,
Come on, man.
I mean,
It's a time we live in. You see when Mike look at my man's on the screen? It's a very serious time we're living in.
yeah,
now.
it's mad. It's
Yeah,
definitely
understand.
mad, man. But I just, you know what it
Trouble,
is?
mate.
I just don't understand what the problem is. Now, it's not even, I'm not ignoring all the facts of history and everything that's happened. What's the problem? You go to a football match, I go to a football match. We're losing or whatever. Why are we doing monkey chants?
It's quite simple.
No, it's like I just
If
said, it's the
monkey
same thing out there right
Yeah,
now. Right
but
now,
if monkey
you know,
charts affected, let's be honest, I'm not picking them out, white people, fans would hurl racist abuse at white people. But they know it gets to us. This is the thing. So that's why they go down that route. That's why they go down that route. They know it's a big deal. Racism is a big deal in society. Societal problem. And they know it will. It's to disrupt.
Yeah,
it's to be destructive and throw people off their
Yeah.
games. Pull them and see
Intimidate.
you next Tuesday and all that. To them ain't enough. They want to get to them because you've come to our house. Yeah, we're the defending champions and you're thumping us up. You're buoying us up at the time.
There's nothing more you could say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Losing.
yeah.
Getting
You
run
see,
ragged.
so he had to. What can he do to
Try to
upset
get
man,
man, try
man?
to rattle man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sad, man. It's sad, man.
Remember, because that happened to Sterling.
Try, but anyone know the cameras are there.
Yeah.
He had
Of
to
course he knows.
I mean, he was on the bend.
But he lost it. He lost it. He just lost
Like
it.
he said,
He was on
he's
the
drunk.
bend all day,
He's drunk,
bruv.
bruv. He's been in the pub since 12, 11:30.
No, at Manchester, a pub open up early.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm saying. Liverpool United, they're early kick-off, bruv. You're not giving you the chance to go and drink, bruv.
Yeah.
Not giving you the chance.
Drink after the game.
And the lesson they learned is, boys, we might not be able to do that moving forward with City and United. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'm happy the action that the league have taken. I mean, a lifetime ban. You know.
And my man is such a wally. You know what he said? He had his hands down his pants.
You said that?
My man must have said something on Facebook or something saying, no, I'm not a racist. I didn't make monkey gestures towards them. I had my hands down my pants, and what they caught me a snapshot of me pulling my hands out of my pants. I swear that's what he was saying.
It's a lifetime ban for City games at all matches.
Probably it'd be all matches.
It's got to be.
It's all football, wouldn't it?
He might be able to sneak because it's happened before.
When the ban, you see man on ban that's getting.
Yeah,
Good morning.
I mean, it's hard to. I guess it'll be hard to ban. It's not like a JD Sports where a man's pictures in the back. Like if you see this Donny, like you know what I'm saying.
I got banned from JD Sports
I
back
got
in
banned
the
from
day.
JD Sports.
And I still
That's
went
what I know.
JD Sports, and I still went. You know what I mean? Give it 6 months, I still walked in there. I was a bit nervous the first time, but I walked in there. Like it happened, but you can even it's too big a sport.
It's too big a sport, man, to actually proper ban somebody.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I can't remember what international tournaments gone by. I remember there was a guy, he's like a City guy, a City broker or something, had been banned from whatever club for hooliganism. He went Euros and something kicked off, or Euros or World Cup kicked off, and they just so happened to catch him on TV, and someone clocked it was my man. They said he's banned. He shouldn't be there anyway, because they stick through the net, bro. That man will just turn up in wherever for the Euros next year.
That's what I'm saying, bro. And then who's going to really stop him from getting into the stadium?
No one.
No one's going to be on the lookout for him.
It's all about tourism.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? It's all about tourism.
Back in the Man City, no one I know.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
I just say back.
Maybe.
And all this do.
He always back in there. That guy will be the City.
Come, Lee. So, VAR, guys. We see a first red card overturned. How are we feeling, lads?
I still can't stand it.
I still can't stand it, but I mean, it was good to see. It was good to see a red card overturned.
I'm alright with it right now, bro. Until it starts affecting me.
Liverpool.
I'm doing alright,
I
man.
think
know what I
that
mean?
he's favouring the big teams though at the moment, honestly.
I'm gonna be honest with you. There's certain decisions I've seen that I think if they were smaller teams, they might have gone the other way.
Yeah, the consistency's not there yet.
The consistency is worrying me.
You're-
Don't get me wrong, that's benefiting my team, but I can be honest enough to say, boy, I'm not
The
really
best
sure about it.
decision they done was the one where Leicester beat Southampton 9-0 when what's his name? The left back got the red card.
And they overturned it.
And they obviously trust him.
Bertrand.
Bertrand,
Yeah.
I thought there has been some good decisions made. Like especially, do you remember the United Arsenal game?
Yeah, you're right.
The offside call,
Yeah,
the offside
yeah.
call. There's been some good ones, but then there's on the other end.
There's
the
too
spectrum,
many.
There's been some horrible ones.
Way too many.
Horrible decisions. So it's still too inconsistent for me. I feel like there's a place for it, but there needs to be a lot of work done in
They
the
need to
background.
perfect it.
Yeah.
Because it's just all over the place, man. And I think, like I said before, the thing that's been winding me up is when incidents happen and we can clearly see maybe there's a corner. I'm dragging you. Why are we not retaking that corner? Because in a penalty situation, as soon as people move, encroachment, you're taking it. I mean, who had a bad man? Took the two the other day. Missed the first one because both teams had encroached.
And
take it again.
Norwich was the first player to clear the ball, wasn't it?
Yeah,
He
exactly.
got to the ball
He got
first.
to the ball first as well, which obviously stops maybe someone from scoring.
Another problem for me with VAR as well, it's taking too long for them to make their
All
decisions.
2-3 minutes waiting.
And why is
People
the
are
ref
scared to
and
celebrate
why is the
now.
ref not walking over and looking
No
at the
one's
screen?
serious now. Did you see
Yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah. People are scared.
No,
to
I've
celebrate.
seen man do mad celebrations,
Yeah,
bro.
see that?
I've seen some
Pepe,
mad
man,
ones.
he celebrated straight away. Because he knew it was a goal. There's nothing wrong with that. Build up has to be
Yeah,
perfect.
everything has to be a screamer for man to just be. Anything that's in the box or a little bit flaky, everybody just standing around waiting for the screen to say yes or no. The decisions are taking too long.
Yeah, it's taking like 3 to 5 minutes, bro. And the joke is, as you
Just
know,
killing the game.
in the stadium we don't hear nothing. You don't hear nothing. You just see everyone talking and getting bottles of water and that, and then.
But that's one thing that we liked about the game, the human error aspect of it, and that's been taken away from the game.
But it's costing people jobs. Do you know what I'm
It's
saying?
costing people jobs, but
People
it balances
get
it balances itself out throughout the season. Like, everybody has. At one point, it was United that was getting favoured for a lot of the decisions and the 20-minute extra, 20 minutes added on at the end, and all of that type of stuff. Yeah. But generally, you see all of these bad decisions, they kind of level themselves out throughout the season. So the human error aspect has been removed, but at the same time, they're still making mistakes and they're watching the video back 20 times.
They're still making mistakes.
Yeah.
That's what don't make no sense. They don't. And as fans, we can just watch it on Sky and think, oh, okay, that's what happened. These guys are calling and making this and all right.
And another thing that I don't like, what it's done to the game, every single little decision now, everybody just surrounding the referee, telling them to go to like. It's just
Go look on the
getting
screen.
stupid now. Yeah, like every single anything that happens in the box now. Yeah, if it's a little deflected handball or anything that happens in the box, players just immediately surround the referee and start directing to the screen, and it's just killing the game.
But that's down to those guys who have got the VAR to make up their mind quickly and say, no, it's a handball, and tell the ref. I just think there's just a miscommunication. There's a serious miscommunication.
They really need
somewhere.
to revamp it. They need to
revamp it, man. And maybe somehow show us on Sky what the guys have said at the house in Stockley Park. You know what I'm saying? Because there's just so much kind of confusion, man. I do think at the end of the day, the decision should be down to the referee, because that's why the referee's paid for, to make decisions. But at the same time, I think the VAR should be to support the referees. And right now, it's just a big mess, man.
And another thing is, it's your own personal interpretation of a situation. So there's not it's not the same person sitting in Stockley every single week. Do you understand? So one man might think that that's a foul, and another man might think no. It's just so inconsistent across the board. It's too much.
It's true, man. And guys, what do we think? I know we spoke about it earlier, but I wanted to make a different point on it. Raheem Sterling's birthday party.
Let the man live, man.
No, listen,
let the man live.
Ain't nothing wrong.
Just let the man live, innit? You see what I'm saying?
Ain't nothing wrong with a man having a birthday party.
Just let the man live,
man. I got too much champagne for tomorrow.
Ain't nothing.
Let the man live.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Enjoy life, man. Like, man, I'm not on Sterling too much. The media we don't need to be on him as well.
No, we're not on him. We're on him, man. Sterling's man live, man. We're not on Sterling, man.
His birthday, he's supposed to
Let the man live, man. I know he's got stones on there, but it's clear.
They're not even stones. That's not even. I don't want to mention.
He's rubbing down on the next thing there as well.
Yeah.
Did you see
That's what I want to talk about. That's what I want to talk about.
That might have been over the line. If it's not football talk, so that aspect he's gone over the line.
That's what I want to talk about, though. And not really Raheem Sterling, just something different to end the show. Just that in society, question I want to ask you, and everyone's going to answer individually. Would you say that if a man has money, he controls that relationship and can do things that a man without money necessarily wouldn't get away with?
Yeah. It's a celebrity lifestyle.
Alright, hold on.
For me, it depends on the woman.
Hold on.
For me, it depends on the woman.
Celebrity lifestyle.
No, for me, it depends on the woman.
Hold on.
It depends on the woman.
Alright, let me go to Roberto, because Roberto's saying no. But hold on, what I'm saying to you is, so I'm just going to put it straight to you. So, you're going to get away with what Raheem Sterling did on your birthday, and your missus is going to be like, you know what? It's your birthday, maybe you had a bit to drink, it's cool.
What, your missus will be cool with that?
I'm not saying my missus, but yeah, it's not it's not a shock. Like,
No, it's not a
you
shock.
know plenty of man that are jealous, yeah,
100%,
that got a gal and do what they want.
100%.
It's not even a money thing. Don't get me wrong, the money helps, but it ain't a money thing. There's certain man out there, we know some of them, trust me.
Yeah.
Like in the past, yeah, I've got away with it. You might meet up with a female who, unfortunately, will just tolerate that. There's some women that don't.
Whether you got money or not, you
Yeah.
have to respect your woman. Same way.
Of course, I'm not disputing that, but there's men out there that will, yeah.
And not even just you respecting your woman. Your woman has to respect herself as well.
You have some man, mate, it's just like that. The woman know what is like. You don't mean nothing to them. You know what I'm saying? So they see them do dance with another woman winding up all over. It's nothing to them. You know what I'm saying? Because they know that's him. You gotta come home. So
But it's a disrespect.
It's a
though, not-
disrespect.
It's a disrespect for me.
My hate mama.
For me.
Mentality above money and above everything. That's where your behavior goes.
That's you as a woman. But there's other women that were saying this.
If you
That
have
other
money
side.
and you behave stupid, you can have money and you behave wise. It's down to what's here. That's my understanding.
Because at the end of the day, you see a woman.
Down to how you see yourself.
Your woman is half of you, innit? Your missus is half of you.
Yeah,
Like they're there to provide.
And Sterling's not a baby. I think they've got a
Charles, they've got
Yeah.
I'll go dance and I see man go there with a woman, but they know that's what a man like. Love to dance. You know what I'm saying, this is what he do. You don't mean nothing to her.
But then there's dancing, and then there's
dance. That's what I'm saying. There's dancing, and then there's a
Yeah.
scrub-a-dub-dub.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I've seen that. I've seen
You
that.
understand?
I've seen that.
I'm getting a bottle over my head.
Maybe it's not the first missus go out with him. I've seen he's like that. You know what I'm saying? So she knows you don't mean nothing.
Might just be the
You know what I'm
first
saying?
we're seeing it. Don't mean it's the
For
first.
me, I still think it depends on the woman still.
Yeah, it does.
Some,
Especially, you know, most Jamaican, they
I'm
love
with
dance.
it.
You know what I'm saying? If they even see a woman dancing, like, they're gonna go and dance. You know what I'm saying? Because that's their thing.
but why didn't she just leave it then? If she was happy with it, why didn't she
Right.
just leave
She
it?
come and push the girl.
She weren't happy with that situation.
She pushed the girl,
She
bro.
weren't happy with. She didn't just push.
Because she
didn't
was
just push her. She didn't push her. She rugby tackled it. She rugby tackled this thing, yeah, out the way.
But then again, she's the type of woman that is not involved, doesn't like that
I
stuff.
think it's
not
it's
in-
a
She's
camera.
not down for that. She's not down for it. There you go.
That's
So,
why.
right. That's why it's a big disrespect.
Yeah.
Big disrespect.
She got one
It's
side
like,
on
no,
it, but it's
no,
Sterling's
you're-
money. It's his money. See what I'm saying?
Depends on it depends on what kind of layers, innit? Like,
I
it
think
depends.
it's a camera.
It depends on what kind
you're
of.
gonna ride. That's what I'm saying.
No, but camera or no camera,
She
it's
might
still
just not have it,
disrespecting.
period. But what I'm saying is just women, there's just some women that
will
wouldn't-
have it.
that-
Yeah.
There's either women that just don't care,
They're
and there's women who don't feel empowered enough to say something, innit?
She cares.
Listen.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
See
is
what
there's
happens.
women that just don't care and are cool with it. There's women that maybe don't feel empowered enough to say something, and there's women who care and will say something. Do you understand? And react.
Listen,
Don't be good to
there's
us,
women
innit?
that would have locked off the party.
Everyone
Everyone would have woke up. Everyone would have woke up in the morning.
My head's
Everyone
open.
would have woke up in the morning and then bang.
My head's opened up in that party right there.
She
you
just
know?
made a good point.
Wait, me here, chef.
There's a
No, I was
lady.
gonna ask.
Ask a woman.
Of course I was gonna ask.
And see.
My head's.
So have you seen the video that we're talking about?
You know, you said something about.
So as a footballer, There's a footballer, he had a birthday party, and obviously there's a lot of females, and he's dancing with a female, but he's scrubbing a female, and he's, I suppose it's his fiance. His fiance comes and pushes the female off. What would your interpretation of that?
Well, he's done that in the first place because of the respect, the level of respect that he's got for her, and what she have allowed before, why he would do that, because if she's a woman that is not into that, then obviously he wouldn't go that far.
That's what Cleon's saying.
Remember, they both young. They got that mentality, innit?
You know,
Then again, it's his birthday.
you see the thing.
And what if it was the other way around? What if it was the
What
if it was the other way around?
I'm gonna
What
say,
if it was the other way around?
I've seen it
Right.
both way around. So I'm saying, I go to a lot of Jamaican dance and I see Jamaican, see the woman love dance, and his man standing up there and he's winding with someone else. He's dancing.
No,
I'm
it's
saying.
different.
How it sounds,
That
The whole thing
Someone else
You're crazy, mate. I'm tucking in my chain.
taking the time.
I'm ready to go.
And you know what it's like? It's like that all the time. Anyway,
Oh no, maybe I was born in Beckenham.
Maybe a
I ain't having none of that.
might be a cultural thing, Clee. Might be a cultural thing.
I seen it.
I'm saying, and the man was saying, no man can't bounce off of my woman.
And what you got between each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah, of course.
If I don't appreciate that, why would you take something like that? But then if I'm stupid enough to say, oh, it's okay because you're giving me money and finding that, then he's gonna go right down. You train the man on
It's mad because you say that, Wes, because my missus forwarded me that video.
Like Lee,
Try me.
No, not like that.
Try.
What's he on? She's like, what's he on?
You'll see it, yeah, of course.
I seen it, but it don't mean nothing.
No, I think I
seen it.
say
I seen
culturally.
it both ways.
You know what I see culturally? I say culturally because I see a lot of older Jamaicans go to a dance and allow their missus to. Do you understand what I'm saying? Dance with their friend might dance with.
It's not 5-star at all.
Mate, as Carlos said personally, I was born in Dulwich Hospital, man. That's my missus.
Listen.
No, my hat's getting stripped down to walk that way. I'm back to work, mate.
No, just
Right.
But what you said was you've been to enough job here. You didn't say I've been to enough black people enough. You said Jamaican. So
No, I said Jamaican. I said Jamaican because I've seen, obviously culturally,
Yeah,
that's all I really know.
Kind of thinking,
So
maybe.
I've been to christenings and weddings where your older auntie might dance with your uncle's friend or whatever. But it's a Barris Hammond thing. That's what I'm saying.
Barris Hammond is the most covered up thing.
It's the rap. Like it's not no.
Guys, it's a man thing because you guys are hunters. You may have your woman, but someone else will be
I
called
said
your
hunters, bro.
But it depends on the standard that you set in your relationship. You ain't gonna have your woman beside you and be hunting at the same time.
Yeah.
But it's the instinct in you. Your woman is not the only one gonna satisfy you, but the standard that you set in your relationship, she will do even though you will look at another woman. But it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be with your woman and then you're going to step forward to another woman.
Yeah, and that's true.
Your mind is going to stray because you're made up that way to be hunted. You understand? So it depends on the standard that you set in the relationship.
No, but women are hunters as well. You're like,
No. Women are made to be hunters.
Yeah, but there's some women who are.
Somehow, shit got diluted and they're hunters.
You see the same way that we're looking at women, yeah? Don't think that your missus ain't looking at another man, you know that? Trust me.
No, you know, why should we look at another man? Listen, you have to question God why this is reality, yeah?
This has got nothing to do with religion. This is human instinct.
Why woman would do that?
This has got nothing to do with religion.
She's not
This is
made to
human
do
instinct.
that. She's not made to do that.
I don't know,
She's
we're
made
humans.
to be
I said human
satisfied and
instinct.
be humbled by you,
Alright.
who is her cornerstone.
You know-
and if she's not getting
them
that,
big-
obviously
see them
she
wearing that
will look
No.
at it.
Do you know if a woman looking at you, yeah, you don't see, but the woman see, I can tell you that woman watching you, eyeing you. I'm saying,
There's something that a woman's got
But they
that
knows.
you men don't have.
They know.
There's something that you men's got that women don't have. Come on, you have to, there's a balance. There's a balance. That is why man God gave a man a woman. And that is why a man should be for a woman. There is a balance because what a
They
woman
might not be as obvious as we are, but they're looking. Trust me.
What we need. And
Mom,
it creates the balance.
Mom, it's not about God. It's a human instinct. Trust
No,
me.
why I say God because I believe in a higher force that is greater than
No,
me.
so do I, but I don't believe this has anything to do with religion. I just believe that this is a human.
And I'm not
Emotion.
saying religion,
It's the
I'm
human
saying
emotion.
God, and God is above religion.
No, but I'm not. This has nothing to do with religion or any higher force. I'm saying that this is a human or this is a emotion that is within us, and it's a
I
natural.
think what she's saying,
It's
let's say
natural.
they do, but I think what you're saying in part is we have it in terms of the hunter instincts. It's more
Yes,
prevalent within
everyone
men.
has got it. If
It's
anybody
more within
shows
men.
us-
I can
lying now.
Everyone has got it.
agree.
Yeah,
I can
everyone
agree
is
with that.
with that.
Yeah,
But
And that's how you look a woman because that hunter instinct in you make you want that woman, and you will go after her.
Do you know what I do now when I'm out, right? I went.
Stop the video.
What's my? No, I don't care.
Wait a minute, am I on your video?
Yes,
No.
you're not on the recording.
You're not on the recording.
You're not on, your voice is on the recording.
Yeah, but you're not on it. You're not on it.
Did you ask my permission?
Get the contract out, wait.
I went out the other day. I can't remember the name of the place. Rum Kitchen. Is it Rum Kitchen in Brixton? For a friend's birthday, and he's a married man. And he's in there. There's some nice gal in there, and he's a happily man, never cheated on his wife.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should.
I'm just talking about the instinct.
No, I wanted to hear. I wanted to hear. Go on, go
I
on.
thought you was God fearing. That's it. I
Go on.
thought you was God fearing.
Hold on.
But he gives me rights as well. I need to protect myself.
Hold on. Go on, Roberto.
So I went Rum Kitchen the other day for my friend's birthday. Happily married man. I will not mention his name. Yeah. And when I tell you happily, he's never cheat on his wife. There's no chance, in my opinion. We went Rum Kitchen, we're in there, there's enough beautiful women in there. And it got to a point, he said, you know what, I'm leaving. I got to go. Because that instinct with him that he has to suppress as a married man, it's just he can feel it rearing his ugly head. And he's not cheating on his wife. And he said, are you right? And I was ready to go. I had to go home. You understand? We've got that thing ingrained within us, bro. A standard, bro.
That's
A standard, bro. He
He
said,
knows
I'm
what-
leaving. I know what I am.
Seen it.
No, I say control himself.
And this man, bro.
You control yourself.
Bro.
Simple as that.
But he's never-
Not to say that you can't go out and talk to women or whatever.
No, bro, he said, nah,
He's
listen.
well controlled. He's well
Listen,
controlled.
no, this is what I'm saying to you.
well
This guy is my code D, innit?
He's not serious.
Yeah? This guy's my code. Bro, he's happily, he's never ever cheated on his wife. He's been married, not even gonna say the years, but he's been married a minute. Bro, he's my code D. You see how me and him operate? Do not make us speak to women. Bro, I can't help my mouth, what comes out of my mouth. So I just avoid situations, innit? If you know me, he know, and this is how he is. So he said, to avoid anything, I'm leaving. I'm gonna bounce because I am not cheating on my woman. Because if I wanted to be on road doing bits, I wouldn't have married my wife who I love.
That's what you get them man there, they do all that.
And that's what
then
often
they're
happens to
balling
us.
back to their chick.
Yeah, and that's
You
what
got a
often
ball
happens
about
to
it.
us.
Yeah.
You wouldn't should have no place to do it.
You have to, if you know yourself, if you know yourself, you have to avoid certain things. There's certain man like you, that you said you just have to, you can just deal with it. But there's certain man, the internal struggle is so deep, they remove themselves from a situation, bro.
Mind over matter, though, innit?
But hold on. I'll go on, Clem.
And how he does it works for him.
Yeah, no. You have enough man like that, yeah. Imagine there's a fucking. Imagine look, say me and you have an argument, and you can see where it's going.
Yeah.
You say, you know what, better go.
Yeah.
That's
a
the
whole
same
different
situation. No, bro. He sees what he would like. He know, like he might be like, no. She knows, like.
I remember, I've been running with this shoot for 20 plus years. And I'm not saying
So
anything,
that's what I was
but I
gonna
can
say.
see
So you know what he
mannerisms.
likes.
I can see it going downhill. And he ain't, I stress again, not said boo to a goose, but I can just see. And then all of a sudden, yeah, you know what, you ready to go?
The guy's touching
Good.
him. He's touching him and must say, yeah, I need to do this.
So Lee, let me ask you a question, yeah? If somebody is basically a hunter, a real hunter, savage, yeah? Yeah? From
Don't ask me this.
No, hold on, no, 'cause I'm just asking you, innit? Because I know you know some savages, innit? Yeah?
Turn off this.
I know you know some savages, innit? We know some savages. Yeah, thank you. So if we know some real hunters, yeah, if they're
That's
like
a good
that,
one, you know.
if they're like that
that's a
from
good
like
one.
14 to like 30, yeah, then they get married at like 35, would you say it's harder to suppress that instinct?
It is, but
Because-
because it's mind over matter. My man, them need to develop their own skills and develop your own.
But it is suppression though,
It
Lee.
is hard. It is hard. It is
One guy I
hard,
used to
definitely.
work for,
Especially if you're a floater. If you've been
yeah,
floating
if you've
about.
been
one guy I
doing
used
your
to
thing.
work for who, like childhood sweetheart, met his wife at secondary school, been together with her the majority of his like 30 years, yeah, or 25, 30 years. I used to think, love's young dream, really sound guy again, never cheated on his wife. But I remember one time we went out for a Christmas drink. I said, bro, like how do you do it? Because he's a good looking guy, bro. Like he used to be a model and that. Like he looked like one of them TV presenters, I can't remember his name, some white guy. He's a good guy. He's a good looking guy. You know, girls fall at his feet. So I remember drunk. I said, bro, like, how'd you do it? He said, bro, what, do you actually think that, yes, I love my wife, love at first sight, childhood, but do you actually think I don't see women who I find attractive? But I respect my wife, innit? Don't be fooled like, I'm not tempted. All men are tempted.
And that's what man's saying.
But what happens is he doesn't put himself in situations where he could be tempted. Case in point, my mate will remove himself.
So you remove yourself from a rave because you feel like there's a possibility.
Well, listen, and you know what he said to me when we was driving back? Lee, do you know what he said to me when we was driving back? Do you know what's happened to him before he
in a rave and you feel like, oh yes,
bro, Lee, I've been in situations, bro. I'll give you a prime example then. Say when you was younger, like you might have had a girlfriend, yeah? Or a girl you'll see. And you're in a bad mood, you might be depressed, you're stressed, you argue with someone, and then, you know that one girl that you used to trouble back in the day, that you don't ever trouble, calls you at the wrong time for you. You're trying to behave yourself, and she gives you that one phone call, and you do put. Has that never happened to you, Luke?
I know what you're talking about, mate.
Definitely happened.
Is this recorded?
Alright. You don't have to answer. You can just nod, wink, whatever.
All I'm saying about these situations, as a man, you need to know how to control yourself.
But control might be removing yourself from a situation.
Irrelevant of all relationships have their ups and downs in that, and this is normal. Yeah, know how to control yourself. You don't need to.
Do you know what it is? It's so respecting.
That's what we're saying.
It's a woman still.
Why are you gonna go through all of this? You're gonna get. You got kids at home. You got your mortgage. You got all of this type of stuff. Yeah. Like for me right now, I'll be very honest. If I go and start messing about like I was doing before, I'm not finding no one better than my missus right now. I'm gonna be leaving that relationship with 30% of the house, and that's it. And nothing else.
Is that the house you not sleeping?
Yeah, and I'm back at my house.
What you're saying is correct, but the reality situation is
respect your missus, respect yourself,
the numbers don't support what you're saying, because over 50% of marriages, for example, end in divorce now. So ultimately,
what's the percentage of that is for cheating?
I would say there's a substantial percentage. There's some form of infidelity
involved. They're not controlling their section properly then. They're not controlling their section
but what I'm saying to you is,
you have to look at somebody like Wes. You have to look at somebody like Wes.
100.
Yeah? 100. And respect Wesley 100%. I've never, ever seen Wesley out. Yeah? And I see Wesley's a friend.
I have. With his missus though.
No, not like that. No, I see Wesley out with the man them. And like at places where like there's girls surrounded. And I've never seen Wesley in any compromising situation.
But my friend would never be in a compromising situation.
No, but Wesley's not somebody who's going to be like, oh yeah, alright, cool, you man. This thing's looking at me, I'm going to go home. It's not like Wesley is somebody that man has to look at and respect.
100%, 100% agree.
Do you understand?
But I don't really understand. I will not. My uncle knows who I'm talking about. But this gentleman, when I tell you, never ever cheated on his missus. He deemed it appropriate because he realizes nothing is impossible in life. The situation made him feel uncomfortable. He said, bro, I'm not even going to say the years because I don't want to bait the person up. He's been married for, when I tell you, this guy, I don't even want to go into detail because if I told you the deepness of it, when I tell you the level of respect he has for his woman, but he is from the dirt just like us. Yeah, he deemed it appropriate. He didn't want to be in a situation when a woman says something to him, and for whatever reason,
it's different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, he left. He said, "I'm going."
That you would, a lot of men, majority of men would have previously did that. Men in your position now, men in Wesley and myself position, it's long, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. I don't. Sorry. I'm a big man. I forgot about him.
Because when
you wouldn't do it.
I'm sorry,
man. I want to listen.
The thing is, you're not going on like you can't hold a conversation. So like when a woman speaks to you, sometimes your mouth runs off ahead of your brain, bro.
I'm not just trying to.
So that's what I'm just saying. I'm out.
If I'm not mistaken, we're talking about what's his name winding up and down with this woman. Yeah. That's disrespectful.
And knowing that, and there's about 1,000 cameras looking at you, bare phone, that's long, man. Hey, what are you going to tell her?
But again, he's of a different generation to us.
When you sober up, what's that conversation like?
No, regardless, but it just means you got no respect for her as a woman.
No respect.
Because she doesn't like that.
She didn't like that. No,
And he knew before that. That's the problem. He should have known before her.
He had no conversation with her.
No, he didn't. He
didn't.
And said to look where you're at.
and stay behind. And stay behind afterwards. Stay
Stay
behind. He said, Edison, like, I'll pay you. You want to stay behind and take some free kicks and that? I can't go home right now.
I get about saying you. Niggas do that. You have a conversation.
Whatever fail-safes you need to put in position to avoid anything. And I have to stress, my uncle knows what I'm talking about. This person would never cheat on his wife. He just felt uncomfortable because he knows his mouth. He knows what he can do, the potential, what he can do. He's coming out.
You have an automatic reaction to things that come at you.
Yes.
You have automatic. You just.
Yes. And trust me, it's autopilot. It's autopilot. He's talking.
It's like someone punches you.
Yeah.
What do you do?
You react. And it'd be pure honey coming out of his mouth. He said, I love my wife. I've been married X, and I'm out.
And the wickedest thing is, some women might even like that.
Yeah, bro. And you see when he's got his ring on his finger, I've seen it with my own eyes repeatedly. It is not a deterrent. It's a magnet. Yeah. All the married men in this room know what I'm talking about. Yeah. They are drawn to that ring. It's like the precious in Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. It's the one woman that's killing herself in love.
Am I lying? You know.
She knows.
Yes,
You
you
know.
are.
Yeah, you know. Until I'm coming out,
scared
bro.
for that. And I know why I'm scared, because that's destruction.
Yeah.
Destruction, you know.
Up in this situation.
I'll
give you another example. Another one of my friends. Yeah.
Not everybody.
Very squeaky voice. My uncle knows what I'm talking about. Guy with a very squeaky voice got married a couple years ago now. I went out with him in the summer. Met up, right? He's got his big platinum white, good looking again. Got his big platinum marriage ring on his finger. I've stood next to him. We're talking to some girls we know. There's one notorious girl that back in the day, her boyfriend called his phone and said, if you talk to my woman, I'm gonna do you damage. I know it's not you, but I'm hearing stuff, so don't even talk to her. So it's been a running joke for years. So we ain't seen this girl for about 5-6 years. We've gone out, we've seen this girl. So I'm standing next to my man. I can hear what this woman's saying to him. He's saying, you do know I'm married, right? Showing in, and she thinks no one can hear him. Because I'm talking, but I can hear what this woman's saying to him. You do know I'm married. And she's saying, your missus will never know. But I'm not even going to go into details because of the kid, yeah?
She's a hunter, boy.
She's a hunter.
This don't return
some meat.
See that, yeah? This is why I was saying it. There's a woman out there that hunt. Yes. I remember I got old.
She's got the crossbow and everything.
Remember, you are.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
So that's what.
My brethren is here.
Hold on.
My missus and her friend are both there.
And they don't care.
I'm telling you, with my underwear, if I get called out, yeah? And I'm telling you, there's a group of girls behind me. Yeah. And if you know what they were doing.
Right.
Can I say
Me don't know whether I talk about
Can
this,
I
bro.
They're not even talking.
No idea.
There was an option. My brethren was like, oh my God, what's going on here?
They're the situations you remove yourself.
But this is what I'm saying.
Go on, man.
Sorry.
You see, in that scenario, that woman is not a hunter. That woman is in desperation.
She's a destroyer, mate. She's trying
No,
to
she's
remarry.
not a destroyer.
I wouldn't agree with
No. When a woman behaves like that, she's not a hunter. She's seeking something because there's a void in her. You being a hunter is totally different from a woman being a hunter. If a woman behaving like that, there's a void in her life. There's a void in her heart that hasn't been fulfilled. So if she can get it anyway, she's gonna look for it. The same way like young girls that's growing up without dads, they will be looking for what their dad should have given them to men, and you think that they're hunting, but they're not. There's a void in their lives, in their heart that they're trying to fulfill. They're not hunting, they're looking for that void, and that is why they're choosing wrong men, because they're looking for that love.
Okay, so hold on. So wouldn't you say it's the same for certain men as well?
Oh yeah,
No,
100%.
men is definitely hunting.
Yeah, but
Because
No, the
sometimes
void.
You're not looking for.
No men, no
I mean,
no
sometimes
men.
we are though.
Looking to fill the
Sometimes
void.
we are still.
No
I mean,
men.
How you about that?
I mean,
There's lots of.
Sometimes even you may have it, you may have the love, you have the affection, you dated it, but you're still going to look.
Yeah, but you don't know how to be a man. But you don't know how to be a man, and you don't know how to treat
Whether
women.
you're being a man or not being a man, you're just born with that instinct. But woman is not born with that
No, but
instinct.
men across the board, every man has the instinct to like women. That's a fact. You like women. That's what you do. Well, majority of them nowadays. Anyway, but you like women. There's nothing wrong with that. What I'm saying is how you treat women. And when you find a woman, you stay there, and that needs to be taught to you by a man. So when a man's missing in your household, or you don't have no them type of male influences, that's when it becomes an issue. So it's not about the hunter thing. Yeah, you're right. And all men are hunters to a certain degree, but it's how you treat a woman is the issue here.
I grew up with my gran and granddad, bro. They were
that?
like that, bro.
See that, and you know that's why you're there with your woman.
That's why, of course. That's why you do
You
it.
understand? Because what the issue is, what you find nowadays is that men don't know how to be men. They don't know how to look after women.
Yo, thank you for joining us this week on Banter and Trimz. As always, energy was electric. Thank you to my panel. Big up Cleon for letting us use the shop. Big up Shane, the cameraman. Next week's gonna be the Christmas special. Make sure you tune in. Please, guys, remember to like, subscribe, leave your comments. I'll be back next week with a special show. I'm good.